But I feel like if anything's going to happen, an interview or someone calls him and they starts talking, it's going to be after the AAC championship game.
Yeah.
But even then, because I see like, oh, his agents putting out this. Yeah, that's what you do. If you're a coach and you're getting interest, yeah, you want to, hey, this is happening. Pay me more and I'll stay. I mean, that's
Right.
what everyone would do. But
welcome to Wave Watch, ladies and gentlemen. I am Patty V. We've got Pat Harkness. It's Pat and Pat, the Pat and Pat show today. Alliteration for Pat and Pat. Pretty. I don't know. I got nothing. It's been. Tulane football has been. We're coming off, for everybody who's been tuning in, we're coming off the backs of a pretty tough loss against Memphis recently here on Thanksgiving, which takes you out of the college football playoff. We're a little behind the eight ball for us to share all that news with you, so we're not going to dive too much into that. But a little bummer, we're out of the college football playoff. We're going into the AAC championship against Army. Tulane is heavily favored, so we're going to talk that a little bit. But also the basis of this episode, since I do have Pat here, he's been doing a ton of our recruiting stuff. If you haven't seen it, go check out theknow.com. Check out his articles. He has dove into just about every prospect that we've got. Strengths, how many stars they have, where they're from, just the ins and outs of what he thinks of each guy. So we're going to break down that class a little bit here and talk a little more through that. But Pat, I'll let you give your thoughts before we jump in. How are you feeling before we talk recruiting, or just maybe high-level recruiting? How are you feeling about Tulane football as it stands today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, yeah, the loss definitely hurts. But I mean, you move on. Yeah, I mean, they're fighting for AAC championship. They're 9-3. You win this game, bring home the AAC championship. I mean, you're coming off a good recruiting class. I mean, it's not like you lost a bunch of guys because you lost against Memphis, but you bring home the AAC championship. That's the main goal now. And then you go to your bowl game, win your bowl game, and reset. And you got next year. And then hopefully, I'm pretty sure John Sumrall is coming back. And then you're going to, the way he did handle the transfer portal last year, I'm assuming he's going to go out and get some key guys he's going to start right away for us next year. And
yeah,
I mean, it's disappointing, but like it's 9-3. You're in your third straight AAC championship games. Move on, win it, and then let's focus on next year after the bowl game.
Yeah, great summary. That's kind of where I'm at too, right? Obviously, you have the chatter out there with Sumrall, which we can certainly get into. But before I do, just recapping what you said. I mean, you are in position to win your second championship in a few years here. You're in your back-to-back championship here, which is phenomenal. Obviously, you're not hosting what you would like to be hosting, but that is what it is. You've got a quarterback of the future on the roster. You've got Mekhi Hughes still here for a couple years. You've got some wide receivers on this team that are already good. The defense, there's some foundation there. Like, you got a lot of pieces already on this team, and you got the head coach and the offense coordinator. Like, stuff looks good, right? Like, I know Tulane lost. You missed the college football playoff. Listen, we were shooting for the moon, and what a blessing. I think I tweeted this. What a blessing it was that Tulane was even in the position to legitimately make the college football playoff in year one under Sumrall. I mean, a new coach, that basically never happens unless you're Bama, which, whatever. But yeah, I mean, with all that in mind, there's a bright future. So go win the game. Get in a good bowl game, win the bowl game, ride the wave.
Before that Memphis game, they were getting a lot of attention too. ESPN was talking about them. Almost every single buddy on Twitter, like, you got to watch out for Tulane. Nobody wants to see Tulane as 12 seed in the playoff. But I mean, yeah, they got a lot of attention. It was a blessing just to see, compared to what they were in the past to now. It's great to see Tulane is, going to make some noise in the future.
And just to put a bow on that game, I'm sure everybody's given their thoughts. I haven't outwardly done it on video. Obviously, I recapped it at the game. Yes, it's a bummer. Sumrall after the game gave his thoughts, and he said, listen, we had one bad day of practice, and then for the rest of the week, it was actually a really good week of practice. He couldn't point to anything that really stood out as far as seeing that type of game coming. I think I know, we've played football before. Some days, it's just not your day, man. Some days things just don't go your way. You got two big plays on big passes where you get down within the 10-yard line, you're in striking distance, and you fumble the ball away on the big play. I mean, things just didn't go your way left and right. Every time you made a play, you shot yourself in the foot, and you couldn't tackle. You're going to lose games when that happens.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. You can't win them all. And I know that's a
Yeah.
crappy way to look at it. It's a bad time to have one of those games, but it happened. You got to buckle your chin strap and move forward. And, you know, it is what it is.
Seth Hennigan's a senior quarterback. I mean, that's what you kind of expect from a senior quarterback.
All-time
he had a great game.
In the AAC. I mean, look, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what you expect from good, great senior quarterbacks, is lead your team in a tough, environment and win the game. And that's exactly what he did. He had over 200 yards passing in the first half, and then Tulane's defense actually did kind of step up in key situations in the second half, but it's just we couldn't capitalize. The fumbles, and then we have to end up punting, and then okay, let's get another stop, and then it'd be like a big play, and they'd end up running out a bunch of clock or scoring a touchdown. But,
yeah, I mean, even the interception, that's the one call out there, right? The interception, aside from the fumbles, all the turnovers, really. The interception was a good route. It was just a bad ball. It was a good read. There's a lot of things that happen right, and you just, it didn't go your way.
That's one thing I hope Mensa can work on, in this offseason, is deep ball. Because there's times where it's like right on the money. But like that pass, I feel like but that's like an NFL throw. If he gets it on his outside shoulder towards the sideline, that's a touchdown. But that's like an NFL throw.
Yeah,
but that's something.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I mean, that's just something I want to see, is him just work on that deep ball. But other than that, everything's been great. It's been good to see him, using his feet more, when something's not open. But deep ball accuracy, just needs a little more tweaking on it, and then he's ready for the big time.
Yeah. Listen, exciting times are coming. He was left off, which I don't know how I feel about this. I guess we can get into it. He was left off of the freshman list of the AAC.
Yeah,
which
I don't get that.
Not a single award went his way. He's a top 10 efficient quarterback in collegiate football, not just in the AAC. Literally in collegiate football. So for him to be left off of any awards list as a freshman is insane to me. But thank you for keeping him under the radar, I guess.
Well, the good words of John Sumrall. Good.
Right.
Good.
Cool. Championship game coming up. I'll be honest, I'm just excited to watch as a fan. This is one game that I have not looked into and broken down. I know things of Army coming in. Like, I know that they're basically not the Army of old. I mean, hey, listen, they've lost one game for a reason. Didn't look great against Notre Dame. Tulane is favored, even up in West Point. I don't know. I'm just excited to watch it as a fan. I'm not going to give any type of like breakdown or anything like that. You know how to win a game. I joke about this all the time. You protect the ball, you run the football, you make smart plays. That's it.
It's gonna be a battle. Very tough game. It's gonna be, I think, like old school football, basically.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the Army has given us a lot of love. As Sumrall would say, don't eat the cheese. Yeah, but they're giving Tulane a lot of love. So they're talking about us like coincidentally, like Sumrall was talking about Memphis before the Memphis game. So, we'll see. Hopefully we go in there and beat them down and show them we're
I'm ready for it.
Champs.
I'll be on a plane, so hopefully I'll be able to watch it.
Yeah, well, I'll be here. I'll like I said, since I'm not working it, I will be being a fan 1,000%. I'll probably be barbecuing. I will have a glass of bourbon. Listen, I'm going to have a time. All right. I don't care win, lose, draw, whatever. It's not going to be a draw, but it's not going to be a loss either. But we're going to have some fun. With that being said, National Signing Day was Wednesday, right? It was Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Today is Thursday when we record. Probably put this out on Friday before the championship game, so give you a little listening for your ears before then. But wanted to walk through that. I mean, listen, I think you got a couple of 4-star recruits. I know you've got a lot of things that you broke down. You got a couple different positions. I'll ask you some questions just to kind of kick this thing off. But yeah, I'd love to get your opinion on what this class looks like. You got, from what I'm looking at, you got 2 4-star recruits. You had a couple flips that went our way. You had a couple flips that went the other way. And you got a lot of talent that's coming in. I think this is one of the most talented classes in the history of Tulane. They recruited the state of Louisiana really well. Some of the top recruits from Louisiana. So I'll kind of turn it over to you. Start wherever you want, and then I'm sure I'll poke in with some questions.
Well, we'll start off with Michael, and if I butcher any of these names, I apologize. Michael Idbigeni, is that correct? Is
Yeah.
that how you'd say it?
Let's
And
see.
then,
Igba Nagani. I
yeah,
can't say it either. Igba Nagani.
but he's a guy I'm really excited about. I could see him if we don't get a starter right away in the transfer portal. I could see him, getting some playing time this
Mm,
year. He's about 5'10", 180. Rated as a 3-star, 89 overall in 247 Sports. He's basically almost a 4-star. I think maybe by the end of it, he will be a 4-star. This
yeah.
dude has blazing speed. I saw a 3 different times: 4.37, 4.38, and like a 4.4. But either way, very, very fast guy. He's someone you can like leave out on, on island. You know what? You take that part of the field and you cover that because, you're able to make up ground and do it. He's also got great hands as well. Senior year recorded 33 tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and 6 pass breakups. In his junior year, he had 5 interceptions. And then I was just watching this film on Huddle. This is where I got all these guys' films. Not a professional scout or like a coach or anything like that. This is just like a fan, just loving Tulane and just trying to check everything out and see how these guys are doing.
Sure.
But not afraid to come up and lay a hit. He's super fast, so it's gonna be fun if you could put him in the return game. He's like a kick returner or a punt returner.
Yeah.
I believe I only saw him. They only had like one kick return on his high school tape, and he has good change of direction. And then his dad and his mom were both in the Olympics. And then his mom got a bronze and gold medalist. 92, she was a bronze medalist. In 96, she was a gold medalist.
Mm,
And his brother was also a first round pick in 2020, I believe, to the Dolphins.
goodness
So, I
gracious.
mean, this guy's he knows football.
Yeah. That's Noah, right? That's how I learned how to pronounce this guy's name. I had to look him up. That people asked how to
Yeah.
pronounce his brother's name. So I had to, that's how I found it.
And
Uh,
then we got, what were you going to say?
no. You can go. What you gonna do? You gonna go down the list? You gonna go through all 15?
Yeah, yeah, we don't have to do all 15. I'll start off, and then I'll do one of the film that I really, really liked was the quarterback, Jay Beeman. Uh, this guy has an absolute like moonshot. He can literally lob the ball a mile in the air and just pin drop it. I
Yeah.
saw, if someone, if you guys want to go check out his video, it's on Huddle. His tape is really something I'm excited to see. True pocket passing quarterback, good accuracy, isn't afraid to take a hit. One thing I really was impressed is that he keeps looking downfield when he has like 2 or 3 guys coming straight at his face, and he just throws a dart right in the tight windows. This guy has got some serious talent. Uh,
Love that.
and then, yeah, we'll go back to the decommitted guy, Jatavion Pierce, the safety. He's from Alabama. Last month, I believe he visited Alabama, and then recently he just went to Oklahoma State, and they just offered him as well. And then so I think that was one of the key components of him decommitting. I think that's probably where he's going to end up landing, is Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
He's it's a bummer because he's a true like ball hawking safety. He had like 5 interceptions and 5 or 6 interceptions. He had 6 interceptions in 5 games. His first 5 games his senior year. So he would have been a nice center fielder back there. But yeah, there's still a chance maybe, but I mean that's highly unlikely. A guy decommits end up coming back. I mean it could happen. And
Yeah.
then everyone likes Antoine Parham or
Yeah.
Parham. He's the wide receiver that we all thought was going to decommit because he got a visit to Notre Dame and NC State, and they both offered him as well.
Yeah.
So everyone was thinking he was going to either probably go to Notre Dame. That's what I thought. And then I think like a week before the signing day, he came out on Twitter and then said, "I'm here. I'm here to stay. Tulane is home."
I love that.
And then that was a great thing to see.
You really never know too with the modern day recruiting. I mean, you've seen a lot of other places where no matter what they say, until that name is on that paper, it doesn't mean a lot. I mean, you got guys coming out
Yeah.
basically after the fact saying, "Hey, like I wish I could have gone to that school." It's like, come on, man. Like this is crazy. So kudos to being able to keep him. That's massive. 4-star
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, I believe on ESPN they have him as a 4-star. I know 247 still has him as a 3-star, 87 overall. I believe once Notre Dame offered him, he immediately jumped up to a 4-star.
Funny how that happened.
Yeah. And then I'm expecting the same thing with Jatavion Pierce. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Bama did offer him, but I'm not quite sure. But I'm expecting him to. He's an 89 anyways on 247, so he's basically a 4-star.
Yeah.
But Antoine, going back to him, he runs a 4.540. He's 6'3", 195 pounds. Big, tall, physical receiver. His ability to go up and catch 50-50 balls, and he was a really talented basketball player as well. So I mean, just pretty much him jumping up, catching rebounds. So that'd be him in the passing game. That'd be fun in the red zone. That would be cool. Just like
the average,
just toss it up to him. And
fun fact, I just want to throw this out there because I happened to look him up as we're talking. Average 13 and 9, 9.5.
Yep.
I want to give him that half. 13.2 points per game and 9.5 rebounds per game. So your boy can get up.
Oh yeah, he'll be a fun guy to watch play. I'm not sure how much playing time he'll get next year, but we'll see. We'll see. He's a fun one to be excited for. And then we got the St. Augustine guy, Warren Roberts Jr. Edge. So you know how we got Matthew Fobbs White?
Yeah.
He's basically going to be playing just that similar position in the bandit role. He's 6'1", 6'2", about 220.
Mm-hmm.
He can play with his hand in the dirt or off, but he's probably definitely going to be the bandit position, playing off with his hand off the line. He's a true attacking pass rusher. He gets after the ball. Great first, like right off the line once the ball snapped. He can get after the quarterback. Real great speed and explosion. And then he has a very aggressive play style, and he's like a surefire tackler too.
Oh yeah. Tell me about, there was one guy that's been jumping out to me that admittedly I'd love to know more about. I don't know why this guy's jumping out to me. Hopefully I say his name right. Javen Gordon, running back.
Yeah, he was originally committed to Duke. And then another running back we're going after, Nate Shepard, he ended up going to Duke too as well. So I don't know if that was part of him decommitting, but he eventually decommitted. I believe for a month he was decommitted, and then he went on a visit to Tulane during a game, I believe. And then that's when like the heat started, going up for him. And then another running back too, we get into later that I thought we were going to go after. But yeah, he was originally committed to Duke, decommitted, and then brought him in for some visits. And then he yesterday decided he wanted to come to Tulane, which is great. He's more of a receiving back, and he lined up in the slot quite a bit on his video. So, I mean, this would be a guy, which would be, I mean, I would love to see. I've been trying to get Tulane to put Shoddy Clayton in more on passing attempts, try to get him the ball in the passing game. So I'm excited to see what this guy can do once we get him in the asset in the screen game. He doesn't go down on first contact. He fights through it. He's got pretty good moves, good speed. He can make some guys miss, but this would be fun to see a little receiving back in the backfield for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Listen, I don't know what it is. I played quarterback. I told you that earlier. But when I'm looking at athletes, I'm always looking at wide receivers and running back. Probably because I played quarterback, I'm looking at the athletes that play the other positions that I was trying to get the ball to. So he stuck out to me though. I like that kid a lot. Tell me about some of these guys. There's a lot of guys still out there that aren't quite committed yet. A couple of guys, one specifically that I know Sumrall really likes, Cheston Brown. There's a bunch of guys that are still just hanging out there uncommitted. What do you tell? Maybe for people out there that don't understand, can you explain to me why someone would wait longer past National Signing Day? Walk through that first, and then you can walk through some of these guys.
So it kind of depends. Really depends. If you're like a 3-star kid, I mean, if you're a 5 or 4-star, you can do whatever you want basically. But if you're a 3-star kid and you get a scholarship and you like the school, you want to sign right now, because let's say farther down the road, February 4th, and they get someone else, that scholarship might be gone. So the early window now is mostly for like 3 stars and borderline 4 stars. Just, okay, I got the scholarship. I like this place. Just sign now. But the benefit of also waiting is you can do camps in between and also increase your star rating as well. So, I mean, there still might be kids who are trying to get, a bigger scholarship at a bigger school.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of gambling on yourself. It could either work in your favor or not work in your favor, if that kind of helps explain.
Yeah. And echoing that point, I've seen that a lot with kids who technically don't even have rankings right now. Like for anybody that doesn't know, obviously you get stars. We're talking about stars here: 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. 5 is the max. And there's numbers that you'll see on different websites too. But some kids don't even have, like, they're not noticed yet. And then all of a sudden you see a guy pop up and he's like a 3-star, borderline 4-star. It's like, well, where the hell did this guy come from? He just never had a ranking. So yeah, I think to echo your point, like some kids you just don't know yet.
Yeah. Well, that going back to last year, the running back Jamario McClure, he wasn't even rated. And then I think maybe when spring ball finally started, they finally rated him as a 3-star. And then I think an 85 composite score. But I mean, sometimes guys don't even get rated, or sometimes they backtrack 10 years ago and be like, oh, maybe we should have put Odell Beckham. He was a rated 2-star. Let's actually, no, it was a 5-star. So they might change it.
Clearly.
Just trying to make themselves look better. But
right. It's retroactive nonsense. No, you got it wrong. Yeah. It's okay. Let's move past it.
But going to the uncommitted guys, Chasten Brown, this is a long shot, but it's like a dream signing for me, and definitely John Sumrall's. But I believe he was the very first guy, once John Sumrall got in the building, he offered a scholarship to. He's pretty sure he's located out in Georgia. But yeah, he's a 4-star guy, offensive tackle. I mean, that'd be like a dream come true to get him to come in. So I know they already offered. Who was it? It was a center, graduating transfer. He's got only 1 year left of eligibility, but he's rated was one of the best centers, I believe, or one of the best interior offensive linemen. I saw Tulane offered him in the transfer portal. I can't remember who it was. And then some more uncommitted guys. Bishop Burkhalter, he's a linebacker. I've been watching this guy for a long time. I'm a big fan of him. I believe his brother, though, goes to Georgia Tech. So I don't know if Georgia Tech has offered him, but I know his brother goes there. But yeah, I think we could use another linebacker in the room. I know we got Gabe Warren, who has some actually really interesting tape. When I was watching his tape, he looked like he was playing JV guys. I don't know if it's because he was in a smaller school, but he looked like a man against boys out there.
Oh yeah,
they're lining him up at tight end, wide receiver. He was also playing linebacker, and he's mostly in this Ty Thompson role, just the quarterback, snapping it, doing an RPO or just fake handoff and just taking off, and then just laying these JV kids out. Basically, they look like JV kids. They definitely weren't, but his tape is definitely a fun one to watch. So they want him to play linebacker, but I saw on Twitter that they were saying it's Taysom Hill 2.0. So I don't know if they're going to use him at this Ty Thompson role or something. But there's another guy to watch. I was really enjoyed his tape.
Not to sidetrack this too much, I had a thought, and we can certainly get back to recruiting. Ty Thompson, speaking of the Taysom Hill role, I don't know if you tweeted this or if somebody else tweeted this, but I wasn't thinking too much of this until recently. What do you think of moving him to tight end next year?
I really want to go to tight end.
You think you'd want
to? Thing. No, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah,
I don't think he'll see.
think you still play him in the role he's playing in now. If he's okay with that role, fine. But you can get him on the field more. Listen, you're an athlete. You want me to sell him? Put me in a room with him.
I mean, why not? If he's willing to move there and put on a little more weight, I don't know how good he is catching the ball, but
yeah,
I really think I saw Iowa's quarterback. What's his name? I can't remember. Is it Cade McNamara? He's leaving, and I know Iowa's really going after Ty Thompson. And I'm not saying Ty's going to leave, or I'm just speculating what I kind of think. I think Ty might be gone next year. He wants to play quarterback somewhere. Yeah, I know he does.
That's fair.
So, I mean, I would love for him to stay. I love him in this offense. We haven't really been using him lately, but I love the style or the play selections they use for him. But I have a feeling he might be gone next year. So hopefully we can maybe get a vet guy. Well, we got, I don't know, what's Ibetta's situation? Is he pretty much done? He's always getting hurt. Jason Ibetta.
Oh, yeah. He was a senior. This was his last year, and he wasn't even necessarily on he was on the team, but he was basically an assistant coach, which I called this out on Twitter. Sumrall said nothing but good things about him.
Yeah.
The last game. I mean, he really raved about Ibieta. He said it's funny. I've never had the opportunity to actually coach the guy, but as a person and as a team member, as another coach on the roster, phenomenal guy, smart brain. And he basically said, "Listen, the kid exhibits every quality you want to see out of a Tulane athlete." Right. I think one of the things he specifically mentions is that he's loyal, which stuck out to me, especially with things going on with Summerall right now, because this is in the heat of it. So, yeah.
I mean, besides him, they don't really have a vet quarterback, a backup, because I believe Horton, he's a senior as well too, right? So Horton, and then all you have left is Ty, which I think Ty's going to believe in. So they're going to have to get in the transfer portal some kind of vet, some kind of backup, or at least definitely recruit another quarterback. Another guy who I like, Emil Percarella, I believe that's his name. He's a #1 rated quarterback in the state of Louisiana. Emil Picarella, yeah, he's a 3-star. Was a 4-star, I think, last year, but they moved him down to a 3-star. And he even stated like Tulane is his favorite spot. Like he wants to come to Tulane. And he's the #1 rated quarterback in Louisiana, and he came to like a quarterback camp during spring, and that's when he kind of talked us between like Tulane and I can't remember the other school, but he's like, these are my 2 favorite schools, and I don't know why we haven't offered the guy yet.
Yeah, it's interesting too. He's a Baton Rouge kid.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him now. Yeah, recruitment's still 100% open.
Yep, yeah. I'm surprised we haven't like just said, hey, here you go, like come on in.
Have we offered him?
No, I don't think so. That's the craziest part. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I don't know if he doesn't fit their style of offense, or I don't know if something happened.
See, I don't. That's an interesting question or statement. I don't think that's it, because I don't think there is a style of offense. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that Craddock is the type of dude that just says, give me athletes, give me the best players I can possibly get, whether they're smart, whether they're athletic, whatever it is, and we're going to make it work. Yeah, I mean, that's exciting. I know there's a lot of other guys on here. We don't have to go one by one. Is there anybody else that stands out that you want to talk about, or you want to move on to some other things? I know there's a few other topics.
Yeah, I know there's another uncommitted guy who I'd love to see to come to Tulane. It's T.I. Mims Jr. He's a wide receiver. I'm pretty sure he's going to Ole Miss. This is another dream guy who I'd love to see come to Tulane. But like, you go check out his tape. He is a human highlight reel. This guy's got moves. He can catch the ball. I mean, it'd be fun to see him come to Tulane. It's a long shot. As of right now, it looks like it's going to be Ole Miss. But that was another guy who I'd love to see come here. And then Xavier Ford. He visited Tulane the same time Javen Gordon came in. He's a 3-star. He finally just got. I've been raving about Ford for a while. They haven't rated him. They finally rated him as a 3-star, 88 overall or 88 composite score.
Yeah.
But he's a
rated at all. Just all of a
sudden 88. Yeah. But he's another Louisiana kid. But he visited at the same time as Javen. But Houston is going after him hard. And then with Javen coming here, I'm pretty sure he's probably going to go to Houston. We got a pretty, hefty running back room as it is right now.
Yeah, and they're young.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, you're going to have to come here and compete. Yeah. I mean, hey, the class looks good. I'll be honest. I was a little concerned. First year coach. Obviously, he already went through his first off season of recruiting, shortened season. This is his first full year to recruit. I was a little concerned. You got to see how it plays out. And I think, I saw something somewhere. One of the best classes in Tulane history. 3 of the top 15 recruits in Wave history since the starting of rankings. Joshua Lewis, Michael Igbanagi, or however you want to say his name, and Warren Roberts Jr. Phenomenal. And I think there's, Tulane, I think it was Tulane and Memphis were the 2 top classes outside of the Power 4, which is also.
Yeah, I think Memphis was 52 and Tulane was 66.
Yeah.
On 3, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Not a lot to say there. I mean, kudos, credit to the staff, obviously, for getting out there and recruiting. A lot of credit probably goes to Fear the Wave as well. I know that they're active in a lot of different things. I know that they say that like NIL can't technically be used as a recruiting tool, but I mean, I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth. I don't know if we do that, but I'm sure that it plays in somehow. But yeah, I mean, credit to all those guys. It's awesome to see the work paying off.
So, yeah. Fear the Wave. Fear the Wave is huge, for a school like Tulane.
Yeah,
and it's and you love to see it. Like if you like this recruiting class, talking to the fans out there, if you like this recruiting class and you enjoy seeing these higher rated recruits come in, go donate. Like if you guys, I mean, I subscribe to it. I'm paying like $25 a month, and then every now and then I toss in like $100 whenever I can. But like if you want to see, these style players, these types of players come in, go donate.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to see some high octane football on Saturday nights in Neyland Stadium, help out if you can. Then you can.
I don't know if we're having many Saturday night games, if we're being honest. I wish. Yeah. And listen, you gotta. I don't want to go on a tangent. Got to get more fans in the stadium. Got to get more butts.
Oh my God, yes.
It's got to be more support. I think that the frustrating thing, and this probably is a good way to transition out of some of the recruiting talk. The frustrating thing is the team was heading in the right direction. A lot of eyes on you. You're playing on national TV on Thanksgiving. Everybody's excited, and you lose. Big bummer. It's like I always make the joke when I do the Pelicans podcast last year. They'd play on national TV and they lose, and I'd be like, "Damn, we lost in front of the host." Like you can't crap the bed when everybody's watching. Not if you're trying to build a fan base. So it's tough, but there's still a ton of talent, great leadership. This team is, as long as Sumrall's here, this team is young. I said this earlier. They got their quarterback, they got their running backs, they got wide receivers, and they got more coming in. Like you just saw, we're saying from this recruiting class. So this team's on the up and up. It's good to see.
Very, very bright future.
With that being said, we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. I mean, there's whispers out there. Sumrall's interviewing here. He's being recruited by this school. Do you have any thoughts on that kind of stuff? Give me your opinion. I'll give some thoughts as well, but I'll let you speak.
Yeah, it's I don't know, because I'm not him. I'm not there. I don't know what's true. What's really happening. Sumrall seems like a very great human being, individual, and I feel like if he says something, it's probably true. And I guarantee you, he's probably 100% focused on this game. I could be wrong, but I feel like he's not worried. If anything, it's going to happen after the AAC championship game. I feel like, and maybe not. Maybe he'll even wait till after the bowl game. But I feel like if anything is going to happen, an interview or someone calls him and they starts talking, it's going to be after the AAC championship game.
Yeah.
But even then, because I see like, his agent's putting out this. I mean, yeah, that's what you do. If you're a coach and you're getting interest, you want to, hey, this is happening. Now pay me more and I'll stay. I mean, that's what everyone would do. But I don't know. It's hard to judge because you hear North Carolina. And I don't know. I just saw something about Bill Belichick. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea. That would be weird. Anyways, just to see him doing college.
I don't think Bill Belichick wants to coach college football, I'll be honest with you. Who knows? Maybe his mind changed.
Yeah. But I think John Sumrall, he wants to put himself, if he were to move on, he wants to put himself in a place where he's going to succeed. Mm-hmm. He's not just going to take the first SEC, ACC, Big Ten, or wherever he goes. He's not going to take the first offer. He's going to, okay, who's calling? North Carolina? Okay, what's NIL like? What are your athletic facilities like? What's your roster look like? What are you going to allow me to do? How am I going to be able to do this? And then if there's one thing that's not checked off in his box, he's like, yeah, I'm going to stay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you make a good point. First of all, the human part of it. I think that Sumrall is a very phenomenal human being. Just obviously, I haven't really gotten to know him as a person. I know him as a coach. I've seen him in the post-game scrums, interviews, stuff like that. Like I've been in close proximity with him when he's talking to referees. Obviously, he's a football coach, so he's got some language. But he seems like a very loyal guy. The way his players take to him, you could tell he's a very loving guy. So there's definitely just some really, really good human qualities you see there. I feel like I can, my gut normally tells me when somebody's a good person, when somebody's probably like hiding some things.
Yeah.
Last year, I felt like the guy was hiding some things. I'm not going to say his name. This year, it doesn't feel like that, right? It feels like this dude's just like, listen, I care about this. This is what I care about, and this is what I want to focus on. I think at the end of the day, if he does end up leaving, the situation is some school came in and offered him some insane amount of money, and Tulane didn't match. I don't think he's looking though. Like you said, I don't think that he's just going to take some random job just because he wants to. I think that he feels comfortable with Tulane. I think he thinks he can win at Tulane. He's already seen it. He flirted with the college football playoff in year 1, right? Yeah. And listen, the path is there to win at Tulane. So
yeah. And then next year, aren't they going to 14? Are they going to 14 teams
They're
next
talking
year?
about it, but who knows what that's going to look like if they do it. We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then tomorrow at 6 p.m., game day. I'm excited. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch it on the plane. I'm going on vacation. Been working all summer long, so I need a break. I'm ready.
Yeah, I bet. I feel you on that. Yeah, I just got away, but it is what it is. We're not going to go off topic on my vacation. Enjoy your vacation. Hopefully Tulane is winning and you get to party a little bit on the plane, and then go enjoy your trip and relax and enjoy the scenery. I heard you're going somewhere real nice. So is it warm there?
Yes, very warm. Beach, pool. It's going to be a fun time. Margaritas, Mai Tais, all of them.
Heck yeah. I love that. Cool. We can close this out. Normally we'll do a lanyap thing. Do you want to do a lanyap or you just have a random thought you want to share, or you just want to talk about your vacation? What you got?
Yeah, I just hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and with Christmas coming up, hope everyone has a safe holidays, fun, and just fun, safe holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Heck yeah.
And then Tulane wins. Roll wave.
Roll dang wave. Yeah. I don't have a lane yet this week. Normally I could just come up with something. I don't have anything crazy. You pretty much summed it up. Just love your family.
Yeah.
Respect one another. Respect people on Twitter. You don't have to argue with everybody, man. Just love. That's all. That's all I got.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys. Until next time, Pat, you got anything you want to share?
Nope. I'm out.
Roll wave.